Hi, Jeff here from Comprehensive Driving Tuition. Hope you're well. This lesson here, again, is a nice little short lesson on basically once you've moved off for the very first time, where do you drive? How do you steer? What's going on? Okay, your eyes generally will want to look right down in front of the car and think, where's that bit of concrete? Where's the end of my bonnet? You know, but that's probably the worst thing to do. But it's very understandable that you will do that. I did it. Probably everyone in the world who's ever learned to drive has done it. But you don't really want to look down. You want to look ahead. Okay, so try and focus your eyes up ahead and get used to using your side vision or your peripheral vision to judge where everything is. It takes quite a lot of practice to do this, and it's very, very strange to start with. And most people would think, I don't know where I'm in the road, but what's going on? Okay, but there's only one way to find out, and that is to drive down the road. And if you're having a real difficulty, I'll probably use the wheel a little bit for you just to help you get your road position spot on. Okay. So the first road we go down should be a nice, fairly long, straight road. Might have the odd parked car, it might not. It depends on how busy it is. Okay, so what we'll do is we're going to try and get our car about halfway from the curb and the line that goes down the middle. Okay, sometimes you get a dotted painted line called hazard warning lines. Sometimes you can just see where the middle is. There might be a bit of marking in the concrete or the tarmac or whatever. But that's what you want to try and do. Okay. We will then practice trying to get closer to the curb and drive along closer, so you get used to that, and we'll practice also driving along near the middle of the road, so you get used to that. But basically on most roads you can divide your road into about three sections width wise. Okay, so normally you drive in the left hand section, but when you overtake a parked car you've got to move into the middle section, so your car is half on one side of the road and half on the other side, roughly, depending on how big the parked car is, of course. So and when there's a parked car on the right hand side of the road, then we need to drive a little bit further towards our curb, so that if a car is coming the other way, we're already leaving them enough room. So when we drive down the road, you've got to be thinking about where you're going to drive, and to drive in one of these three positions, depending on what's going on the road ahead. Okay, so brief recap. When you're steering in a straight line, you don't need to move the wheel very much. You just kind of drift in and out. You try and drive between the curb and the line in the middle for your normal road position. When you overtake a parked car, you should be half and half in their side of the road and your side of the road. When there's a parked car on the right hand side of the road, we need to be a bit more over to the left by our curb, so that there's enough room for the car coming towards us. As I say, there's generally room for three cars. Okay, so a parked car and two cars passing each other. If there's two parked cars, there's only room for one down the middle. Okay, so one of you might have to stop, but we'll come to that in another lesson. Okay, so that's just the basics of where to drive, how to position, how to steer. Okay, so straight line stuff, you don't need to move the wheel much. When you get to a corner or a sharper corner, obviously you will need to move the wheel a lot more. And again, there's only one way to find that out, and that is to have a go. Okay, so I hope that's helped, and I'll see you on the next lesson.